In this video, you will learn about the different characteristics of plants, adaptations plants have, and how plants are classified into groups. Before taking notes, I am going to read each of the questions on this slide. After I read each question, I want you to think about what you already know about each one. So here are the questions. The first one is, what is a plant? The second one is, what parts are in a plant? Or what is a plant made of? The third one is, when you think about a plant, what do you picture? What comes to mind when you think about a plant? And the last question is, what plants are in Nashville that you can think of? Some examples of plants are different types of trees, flowers, vegetables, fruits, and field crops like wheat, rice, or corn. There are between 260,000 and 300,000 plant species. Obviously, plants are important food sources to humans and other consumers. So think about, what are some plants that you eat every day? What are some fruits of plants that you eat every day? Some characteristics of plants are the following. Their size can range from microscopic water ferns to giant sequoia trees. If you've ever been to Northern California, you may have seen these huge trees. Most plants have roots or root-like structures, and that's what helps the plants get water so that they can perform photosynthesis. Different species of plants can survive in nearly every environment on Earth. You'll even find plants in really cold places and really hot places. You just won't find as many in those places. All plants require water, but some plants cannot live unless they're submerged in fresh water or salt water. Some of the plants that are submerged in water are plants like kelp. We've already discussed the plant cell, but I thought I'd review these parts just in case you forgot. So all plant cells have a cell membrane, nucleus, and other cellular structures just like the animal cell. One structure, though, that is different from the animal cell is that they have this cell wall, and that's what provides the structure and protection for the plant. Another structure is that it has chloroplast, and inside this chloroplast is something called chlorophyll, which is a green pigment that gives plants their green color, and it also helps with photosynthesis. One really helpful organelle is the central vacuole, and this is what regulates water content in the cell. The plant cell takes in a lot of water, and the plant itself takes in a lot of water, so this organelle is vital to a plant's life. Plants that live on land have many advantages because there is more sunlight and carbon dioxide, so that's kind of why you find most agriculture is done on land. Again, water is extremely important for all plants. Cuticles and cellulose are two parts of plants that are really important to understand. Some plants have cuticles, and that's what covers the leaves, the stems, and the flowers of many plants. So if you ever touched a leaf before, you may have noticed this waxy protective layer, and that's what's secreted by cells onto the surface of the plant. And this is the part of the plant that slows the loss of water. It's what retains the water in the plant cell. Cellulose is another important part that all plants have. This is found in the cell walls, and it's a chemical compound that plants can make out of sugar. And remember, they get the sugar from performing photosynthesis. So long chains of cellulose molecules form these tangled fibers in plant cell walls, and that's what's used for support of the plant cell. And this is why plants can withstand so much outside. Another helpful thing that some plants have is the cells that secrete other substances into the cellulose, and that makes the cell wall even stronger. The presence of water-resistant spores in some plants also help them reproduce successfully. This is the last thing. Plants are divided into groups called divisions. A division is like the same thing as a phylum in other kingdoms. One division is vascular plants. This is most plants that we know. They have tube-like structures that carry water, nutrients, and other substances throughout the plant. So an example of a vascular plant is the one shown in the picture right here. It has different tubes like stems and roots where all necessary things are carried around. Non-vascular plants are the second division. They don't have the tube-like structures, and they have to use other ways to move water and substances throughout the plant. Moss is one example of a non-vascular plant. So that is the end of your notes today. If you have any questions, please write them down. If there's anything you don't understand, make sure you go back and rewatch that part of the video. Have a great day.